Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel, and if you're not new here, thank you for coming back and clicking on this video. I so appreciate it. So here we are. We are here on another Thursday. Can you believe it? It's already been another week, and I absolutely love our Thursday check-ins from my house because it gives us an opportunity to connect as human beings, to talk about what's going on, and to just share things that are just about life and love and dolls and food and all kinds of things. So I really look forward to our check-ins, and thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. So as you guys hop on the video, good morning, everybody. It is so good to see you. The first thing is, if you have not subscribed to me on YouTube, please do that because everything that I do now is good quality, high, good sound, good everything. When I first started YouTube, I didn't know a lot about what I was doing, and now I know a lot better. But it is so fun to catch up that way. So if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. If you're not, then definitely subscribe because you get a notification, you get an email every time I upload a video. So it is a great way to just follow all the happenings and what's going on. So happy Thursday, everybody. Hey guys, it's so fun to see you. So last week we shared, as far as dolls, so this is also, I really love to share dolls, and for our Thursday show and tell. So if you guys have a show and tell, after this video publishes, you can, if you're on YouTube, you can either email me pictures of the doll for show and tell, and you can also post them in the comments once the video is live on my page. So good morning, everybody. I'm like getting in so I can see all your comments and all your pretty faces. I just love you guys. It is so great. Happy Thursday. All three of the dogs are sitting down here. Dolly, Remy, Murray. I bathed them this week. Not Murray, but the bulldogs. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. I haven't bathed them myself actually. And now that I have a nice tub with a wand, it's not bad. So I think I'm going to keep bathing them myself. Anyway, for this week's show and tell, last week, you guys remember I shared the Apollo Top Knot girl. I actually dated her around 1865, but then I found out that I was a little bit wrong on that. She's actually around 1835, which I think is super cool. And I'm going to share her in the Friends of the UFDC Museum group soon so that they can see it because that is their theme of the week. But the doll that I brought today to share is one of my mother's dolls. And this is an interesting doll. It's a lot different because this is a doll that goes to show that everything doesn't always have to be, I think it's really wonderful to know the kind of bodies that should go with the right heads, that should make the doll correct and all of those things. But this is a doll that did not start out as a doll. This is a wonderful, big German mannequin head. And then Stanley at the shop glued it to a shoulder plate that I believe he made, and then it's put on a composition body to make this doll. So she started out as a wonderful mannequin head, and you can find and get incredible antique bisque mannequin heads, and they are so cool to just put on the shelf in a doll display. A lot of times they're turning like this, but I love mannequin heads, and if you have one, let me know. But this one, my mom and the shop, they turned it from a mannequin head that would sit on the counter to what we would call and consider a doll. And this has been one of my mom's favorite dolls that has been in her house. I do not know who made this mannequin head. It's a bit of a mystery to me. If you know, then let me know. All she is marked with is DEP. And I know she's German, but that's it. And she's got these wonderful glass eyes. What I love about her is her size. So she's about, 40 inches tall, 45 inches tall. She's a big doll. And you know what? Give me an emoji, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, give me a hell yes if you like big dolls. I love small dolls. I love all dolls, but you know what? I really like big dolls because they've got such a presence in the room. They're like a person being there. And so here, I'm going to show you guys. She is huge. And I love, look at her wonderful silk outfit, her great little antique shoes, just showing her so you guys can see. And she's got, you know, I just, on a big doll, I just love the big hands. I mean, it's just, isn't it neat to see the big hands and just the wonderful, if you guys were here, I'd let you just feel her wonderful, big, chunky body. I'm going to turn her around so you guys, oh, I unbuttoned the back of her dress, but look at this bow. Now, I should have, you guys, I don't iron and do doll stuff here. I should have, I guess, fluffed it up for the video, but I just went over to my mom's house and grabbed her. Now, it's so neat, you guys. Oh, and she's got this wonderful big, long human hair wig. It's just, it's auburn. And that's one of my favorite colors of hair. She's just great. Every week, every Wednesday when my mom's here, I ask her, Mom, can I go grab one of your dolls and share it with my friends tomorrow on a video? And she always nods her head yes. She can't say yes, but she nods her head yes, and it's so sweet. I really wish I could ask her about this doll, but that's okay. That's okay. It is wonderful to share these dolls with you that I grew up with. So this doll has been in my mom's dining room, the formal dining room, since probably before I was born. So since before I can remember. But she's got a wonderful character face. And I'm going to turn this down so we can get in real close so you guys can see her face. But look at those great, don't you just love a smiling doll with the molded teeth? That's called an open closed mouth. So it's an open mouth, but it's still closed. So this is the doll that I am sharing this week. Now, I don't know if you go, oh, here you go. So do you guys see that? So she was a mannequin, like bust. And then Stanley used some kind of probably fast mache or something. I can ask him today to put it together to be able to attach it to this body. So it's not strung like a typical head because it's a mannequin. Bust. It's a bust. So if you find a bust, a fabulous bust, you can just display it as a bust, or you can display it like this. She's a lot of fun. I'm going to go, I'll put her back in my mom's house, but it's so fun to share with you every single week. BB, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know who made her. I emailed my friend Sally Freeman, who worked at the shop forever and knows a lot about my mom's dolls, but she didn't say in the email. And to be honest, I don't know. She's marked with DEP on the back. So if one of my good expert friends is tuning in that knows, let me know. It's harder to date because she wasn't manufactured as a play doll as we know most of our dolls. So we don't know if it's like Simon and Halbig or if it's handwork or K-Star Art, you know what I mean? So anyway, but she's just a fun one to share. And so it just goes, like I said, I just wanted to reiterate, like it doesn't always have to be, don't be afraid to bring something and to share it at club or whatever if it's not the way that it was like done at the factory. Do you know what I'm saying? As long as you love it and it speaks to you and you have something that you get out of it and you love it, that's all that matters. So this is, you could call it it's like kind of a creation. My mom found the head. She had Stanley put it on a body. They dressed it. They did all these things, but it wasn't like from the factory that way, but that's okay. She loves it. It's in her collection, and that's all that matters. So I never want you guys to feel like you can't share and do things. I hear so many things from people that, you know, they went to a meeting or a club or, you know, whatever, and people made them feel bad about their doll because it wasn't like on the right thing. Now, there's a difference between buying something that is said that it's on the right thing and then it's not, and you find out you had misinformation. But if you know, and you want to share it, and anyone ever tries to make you feel bad that it's not like perfect or whatever, just smile and say thank you so much for the information and never think about it again. Seriously. It's about what you love. So anyway, if you guys are here, good morning. Happy Thursday. So fun to share the doll and check in with you. So what has been going on this week? I want you guys, if you feel comfortable to share, let me know something that's good, that's bad. If you're having a challenge, put it in the comments so that we can pray for you and lift you up and send you good vibes and love and light and things like that. I know a lot of us are going through things. We all have seasons. So sometimes we're in like a season where everything's really good. And when I'm in those seasons, I remind myself to always just be so thankful, because when it's good, it doesn't always stay good all the time. But it's also important to remember that when it's not so great and you're having a tough time, it doesn't stay that way. So that's why they have that saying, seasons change, things like that. So let me know. Let us know what's good, what's bad. And also if you're killing it and things are going like really great for you right now, don't feel bad to share either. It's great to be in a good season when things are good. So for me, just like the little things, you guys, that have been just such a blessing that make my life so much more manageable. The last 12 years, I lived in a condo. And when I moved into the condo, it was the first house that I lived in outside of my family home next door. And I loved the condo. It was such a wonderful, it was like, I still love the condo. But as my life evolved and I got 3 dogs and stuff, it was just really hard to bring all the dogs up and down the stairs multiple times a day. They used pee pads inside the house, which worked great, but it smelled a lot, and I just was spending so much time like cleaning, and it was just, I didn't know how convenient and wonderful it is to have a yard and a doggy door until I got one. So it may seem little it's not little to be in a house for me, to have Remy just went out the doggy door, and I'm watching her right now out in the yard, and it is just it makes my life so much easier. So just from week to week, I tell you what, every morning I'm just so grateful to get up, and I was always so grateful to have the gym at my old complex, and I would walk across the complex and use the gym, and I love the treadmill, but sometimes I would get there and the treadmills would be taken up, so then I'd go home after I psyched myself up for working out, and I would just not work out that day. And so now I have a treadmill in my house. I found one on Craigslist, and it's just every morning I savor it. I get to walk on the treadmill, watch the news, respond to Facebook comments, and my dogs are right there, and it's just, I hope I never get over it. I don't think I will, because it's just so wonderful. So just little things like that. I'm just putting it out there that I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful to be tuning in from my house right now, chatting with you guys. So Susan is having an aortic valve replacement soon, so I need your prayers. Girl, you are on my prayer list. I will pray for you. I believe in the power of prayer, and you are going to be on my list, girlfriend. Thank you for sharing. BB said, I am having a rough week physically, and in other ways, I am the maid of honor for my best friend this weekend, leaving tomorrow for that outdoor wedding. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I hope that you are able to do both, physically attend the wedding and enjoy it, while also working on the different things that you are working on to improve your health. So I'm with you, girlfriend. We'll be thinking about you. Stacy said, life has been hard since my dad passed in December, but on the upside, going on a girl's vacation on Monday to Las Vegas, and I hope it's mind clearing. Heck yeah, girl. I hope you have a great time in Vegas. Vegas is such a crazy place to go. It can be like super fun, and it can also be healthy. There's a lot of different places to go, but Stacy, first of all, I know your dad passed away in December, and losing a parent, if it was a parent you were extremely close to, or maybe even not, it changes you in a way that just you cannot describe. And losing a parent I have not lost a parent, but I'm going through my own challenges with having lost. You guys know my mom has Alzheimer's disease, so it is in a way like losing a parent while they're still alive. And you have to just be gentle with yourself and remind yourself. For me, I never look back and think, I guess, bitterly of all the wonderful times. I just try and be so grateful for the experience. So for me, I would just say to be gentle with yourself, even when you're having thoughts that might seem like they're not helpful, or you're just full-fledged having a rotten day and it just kind of stinks. Just be gentle and kind with yourself. And I'm so sorry. That's a lot of times in life when there's hard things that happen, we sometimes it's easiest not to say anything at all, but it's okay. You can say something, and a lot of times you can just say, I am so sorry that happened. So I'm praying for you. Bonnie, you're still working on your health. Girl, here's the thing. A lot of things are happening in our lives. Remy Lou quit. Such as health issues, traveling issues, things that are going on with our families. We have hard things that make doing things and going out into the world hard, but it's so important for us to have this human connection. It is so important, and we can, through the blessing of technology and Facebook and the internet and email, do amazing things and lift each other up, and you can make best friends without meeting them ever in person. So we have just absolutely changed the way we communicate, and to have this connection is so important. So I guess my point for that is, if you are struggling, Remy, quit. If you are struggling, you are not alone. And there are people out there that truly care about you, care about your situation, care about how you feel, love you, and they may not have even met you. But I swear there's people here on this video that are such caring, loving individuals that if you reach out, if you put it out into the universe that, hey, I'm struggling, I'd love to just chat with somebody, maybe over instant messenger, maybe on old fashioned on the telephone. There are so many people that will scoop you up, lift you up, and help you through it. Because we all have to help each other through this stuff. If you have 1 follower or 1 million followers, guess what? We all need each other. So you guys know that my platform is built on acceptance and inclusion and helping each other with everything. So if you're having a hard time, I'm with you. I understand. I empathize, and reach out. So important. So now moving on, there's a couple things that I'm really excited about. So yesterday I put on Virtual Doll Conventions Facebook and Virtual Doll Conventions YouTube. First of all, I debuted our new logo, which I think is so cute. If you have not looked at it, go look at it. It has Grace and Dolly Dingle on it, and it is just a new, fresh logo. I love it. So go check out our new logo. It's so much fun. I can't wait to be putting it on tote bags and mugs, and we'll make keychains and necklaces, and you guys know I like to do it up. So we'll go crazy with the new logo. I hope you guys like it. The next thing is, yesterday I uploaded our video from the Philadelphia Museum of Art Little Ladies exhibit. Did you guys watch it yet? If you have not watched it, go to Virtual Doll Conventions Facebook page. If you're in one of our virtual convention groups, if you're in the January 2020, I posted a link in there. This video originally aired in the June 2019 Virtual Doll Convention. And it is such a privilege to me to put this video now out into the world, to the public. Unless I have a reason for not making a video public, such as the person in it doesn't want it public, which I have several videos like that. I try to work with people that want public access eventually. So with the virtual conventions, eventually the majority of the footage all becomes public. So, and I think that's really important. So unless I have a really good, I have a reason, I eventually make everything public on YouTube and on Facebook. So that was the video I debuted yesterday. And I just have to say, that video and that interview and that experience goes to show what can happen if you just try, if you just ask. It never hurts to try, and it never hurts to ask, because I'll tell you what, I saw so many people posting like pictures and their experience of going to this exhibit. And the Philadelphia Museum of Art is one of the top 10 biggest, most amazing museums in the world. It's a national landmark. It's the one where Rocky went up the stairs. It's that one, you guys. So it's a famous museum. And with the virtual doll convention in June, I had reached out to like six or seven big museums and asked them if we could come and film for the virtual doll convention. And the majority of them, I just never even received a response. And I was used to that because I was, and still am, a new thing, you know what I mean? And I just didn't expect a lot of them to respond. But guess what? The Philadelphia Museum of Art responded 2 days later. And Christina, the curator who works at that museum, if you guys are friends with her or you know who she is, she's really the one. She responded to me and she just said, yeah, I think this is an amazing idea. I think it's really important to film this for all the people who can't come to the exhibit. And we'd love to have you. She said, we have one slot on this day when the museum is closed, 2 hours. Can you make it? And I said, absolutely, I can be there. Booked my plane ticket, did all the things. Billy Harris actually sponsored that trip. So it took a lot of pressure off me financially to go there and do that. And now it's all out into the world. So it was so fun. And all I did was ask. I said, hey, I'm this new kid on the block. I'm doing this thing called a virtual doll convention, and I can we come and film this and eventually put it out on YouTube and put it in the convention? And they said yes. I mean, so anyway, that video is live. Share it, show it in your doll clubs, share it with everybody, have a meeting, make it as your entertainment, bootleg it, whatever you want to do. I don't know. Just have fun with it and have fun. Just don't sell it. That's the only thing. Don't sell it. Don't sell the programs. Otherwise, we're going to have to get you. But I know you guys wouldn't do that. Anyway, the next thing is, so the Museum of Art, when I go live at the doll shop later today, I'm going to show you guys some stuff that we're doing. We're kind of renovating and making like a fun little doll nook area at the shop. I found a huge sign from my mom's first store that she used to have that's 4 stores away from the one we're at now. It was this tiny, tiny little shop, but she had this beautiful big sign that had an angel on it and it said, always buying. And I found it after 30 years in storage because we were cleaning out some storage and I loved it. So I had Stanley and Paul mount it in the shop and I'm going to show it to you. I think it's so cool. And it's so fun to have a piece of the original doll shop now at our current location. So that's one thing that I can't wait to show you guys later today. We're going to have Linda in the shop today, Stanley, Paul, everybody. So we'll do something fun a little bit later today. Now, as far as eating and food stuff, if you have tried any of the fun stuff that I've shared, I love hearing about it. I love seeing when you guys post it and try different things. I just love sharing with you things that I am eating that help make my life easier, healthier, more manageable, stuff like that. So since the end of the last convention, I have been able to, and I am so grateful for this, focus on a lot on my health because one, I haven't been traveling as much. Two, I have more space in my life to make eating and exercising and stuff like that more of a priority. And it has been so fun. You guys know what I mean? Like, it's just been so fun to just be able to try different things and cook different things and get on the treadmill in the morning and clear my mind and stuff. And it's so fun. If you guys don't have a treadmill, or you can't, if you can't, even if you can't even get out of bed some days or whatever, there are exercises that you can do from bed even. So, for me, it's not about like burning calories and stuff like that. It truly is. I get some of my best ideas when I'm like walking, and I don't run. I'm not a runner, but I walk. I walk. And I get some of my best ideas when I'm like walking at 6 a.m. Now, I get up really early. I was never an early riser, but I love it now because I can get so much done in the morning before I even go to work. But Derek gets up at 5 o'clock for his construction job. Now, I don't know if you guys know or not, but he works basically as a full-time potter teaching classes at night. And then he works as he's a really good construction guy during the, I'm not sure, he's a driller. He has all kinds of certifications. I'm not sure exactly what he does, but he does construction and he has to leave really early. So I get up early with him, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction to like get up with him, help him get his day started, and also pack his lunch. I pack actually breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I'll be honest, I do cheat a lot and send him on the road with sometimes a pot pie or a couple Hot Pockets for dinner, but he's always grateful and it's so sweet. So anyway, but I get up, I do that, I get him going, I drink a bunch of water, and then I get iced coffee, and then I go on the treadmill for sometimes even an hour, and I'm walking, watching the news, and I'm thinking. And I think about what I'm going to do that day, what I'm going to do next month. You know what I mean? Or sometimes I just like watch things on YouTube that just bring me happiness, just mindless stuff. So it's really fun to have these mornings. I think there's something really magical about getting up in the morning before the sun comes up. What do you guys think? I mean, are you a morning person? Are you a night person? Which one are you? I was never a morning person, but now I am because I get up with Derek. At first it was really hard. I used to make his lunch, and then I would get him out the door, and then I would go back to bed. And then I would sleep until the last minute, and then I'd get up and do my thing. It's so much better for me to actually just start winding down at like 8 o'clock at night and be asleep by 9. And then I get up at 5. So this is what's been working for me. Let me know your schedule and your routine. So the thing that I want to share this week that is food related is something that I used to use a lot, and now I am up using it, and now I'm using it again, but I hadn't used it in a lot of years. And if you guys do use this, let me know the different things. But this has been, for me, one of my staples since in the last couple months when I've been exercising. These are new habits for me, you guys. I used to love to do my treadmill walks, but honestly, it's been years since I've done it. And now moving and just having basically kind of a new life, I've been able to do it. So I've been really refocusing on food and exercise, and it's having a ripple effect in other parts of my life. I am able to create. I am able to also regulate my emotions a lot better instead of, you guys know I'm a very sensitive person, and it's okay to cry easily, and your emotions are so important. But I've been able to, I think when I'm in a stressful situation or I have something happen that's just hard or whatever, and just owning a business and being who I am, with what I do and the comments that I sometimes get, if you let everything get to you, you're going to have a tough time. So anyway, with the exercise and the eating healthy and drinking a ton of water, I have been able to like take in a situation, sit with it, let it settle in me for like sometimes a couple hours before I decide Am I truly upset about this? Will this matter in 5 years? Is this something that I need to react to, or is this something that I can just let it roll off and go? And most of the times it's just like, you know, I don't need any of that. I'm going to focus and stay on my own thing. But I think a lot of that is attributed to focusing on my insides, because it all works together. So Stacy was a cake decorator and got up at 3:30. Girl, oh man. Judy, I've loved to get up early for years, but now I'm a night owl. A lot of it, and you guys, a lot of it also depends on like if you work a job. So if you, and what kind of job you do. So of course, a homemaker, if you're taking care of a house and you're taking care of children, I mean, you're going to be up early. So, and that is a job, by the way, but you guys know what I mean. So if you, let's say you're retired and you can like do whatever you want, and you can stay up until 2 a.m. doing whatever you want, if you can sleep till noon. And a lot of people do that, and it just depends. So I think your life circumstance really revolves around what time you get up, what time you go to bed. So this is just my season right now for what I'm doing, but it's actually been working. Anyway, I got off on that tangent because I wanted to share with you guys my thing. And okay, this is non-fat, plain Greek yogurt. Now, before you guys go, I do not like plain Greek yogurt, plain. For me, it's awful. It tastes very, they say it's like tart. To me, it's like sour, and I do not like it by itself, but I have been using this, and there are so many great brands out there, but I really like this brand. It's called Wallaby Organic Aussie Greek Yogurt, plain non-fat. There are so many ways you can use it, and I'm just gonna share with you some of my favorite ways that I have been using it, and you guys let me know if you have either tried it or if you have other ideas for this. Now, if you are a vegan, you can do the exact same thing with almond, non-plain almond yogurt, and they make good almond yogurts, but they're both, I don't like them by themselves. I've bought the almond one. I do Kite Hill brand, and they're really good, but I do not like them by themselves. Now, the first way that I like to sweeten them naturally. So another thing I don't really love to do, sometimes I'll use like stevia for sweetening, because that is from a natural plant, but I don't like to use like artificial sweeteners. One, because a lot of the information on nutrition that I have read up with Alzheimer's disease, they say there's a big link between using a lot of those products and dementia. So I quit using anything like that for the most part. I guess some of the things that I use sometimes might have it as an ingredient, but I don't myself add it to things. Now, my favorite way to sweeten it that is so good is I buy frozen organic berries from Costco or from anywhere. You can get the berry blend. It's raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. It's like a berry blend, and they're frozen. But what you do is you take a handful of the frozen berries, put it in their microwave for like a minute and a half, and they get hot and they almost kind of burst a little bit, but all the juice like melts out of them. And then you've got like this, it's not like a syrup, but it's like a liquid. And I just mix all of that into the Greek yogurt, and I'll do like a couple cups, and I'll put it all in here, the whole batch. And then I let it sit overnight, and so without adding any sweetener, any sugar, hardly any calories, and berries are really low in sugar. If you're watching your sugar, berries are a great fruit to use because they are actually pretty low in sugar compared to a lot of other fruits. It is a great thing to do. And so that's how I like to sweeten it. And I put it on, it's good. I'll do it by itself, and I'll put some nuts on it to give me some crunch. You could do some good quality granola. You could, I really like to do like in a bowl. I don't know if you guys saw a couple weeks back, but I had oatmeal on half the bowl, and then I had the yogurt on the other half of the bowl, and then a big dollop of PB2 right on the top, and then I think I had some fresh berries too. So you can sprinkle some fresh berries on top. Raspberries are my favorite. Let me know what your favorite fresh berry is. But it's so good, you guys. And when I do the plain non-fat, it's just, and believe me, I like the one that's full fat too. But I try and get my fats in different ways. And because I kind of like use this throughout the day, I really do like to just do the plain non-fat. Now, here's why you need to get Greek yogurt over just plain yogurt. Because there is so much protein in Greek yogurt. So for 3/4 of a cup, which is a decent amount of Greek yogurt, believe me, it's all you need. For this brand, it's 100 calories, but 16 grams of protein. So by the time you add some berries, you add some nuts, you've got your protein, you've got your fat. If you mix it, you can mix it into oatmeal, and that will help the protein of the oatmeal because you're getting a nice carb. But if you need some protein, it's a great little mix in. So you can even mix in the berry sweetened yogurt with your oatmeal in the morning and just mix it all in and make it bigger. I think that'd be really good too. So I like to do that. Now, another way that I like to eat this is if you guys have some good quality protein powders, you can take and say they're like vanilla flavor or chocolate flavor, you can take your protein powder and mix it with the Greek yogurt and just eat it like that. So you don't have to, if you make smoothies and drinks and stuff, I don't usually do that, but I like to mix in just some protein powder. So then it sweetens it because the protein powder has something in it to make your shake, and it's a nice little way to do your yogurt. So that is one of my favorite ways. Another thing that I like to do is make my own little, now I talk about, so I try to, most of the time I use really good ingredients, but sometimes I just use stuff I like because it's healthy, and not health because it's tasty, and I don't use a ton of it, but here's what I like. Let me know, you guys. Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning, so good, right? So good. So and you can make your own. If you go to the health food store and you get powdered buttermilk and you get all the different spices that you need for this, like onion powder and garlic powder and salt and pepper and stuff, you can make your own hidden, healthy, preservative and junk-free ranch seasoning. But I have this one in the fridge because it's just easy. So, and it's just, sometimes you just can't make everything from scratch. Anyway, I take some of this and I mix it with my Greek yogurt, and it's a great dip for vegetables. And you can also use it instead of mayonnaise on a sandwich. And so that has been really fun. You guys know how much I love mayonnaise, and I love making my own mayonnaise, but sometimes that can just add up, and I don't really want to be using mayonnaise all the time. So it is a fun replacement for mayonnaise. Now, what you can do with this ranch dip is you can, when you mix it with your Greek yogurt, put it on sandwiches, but you can chop up some chicken and some celery, or chop up some eggs, and you can make chicken salad and egg salad. And so instead of using mayonnaise that has a ton of calories and fat, you're adding protein, and you're not adding all the calories and fat, and it'll just make you feel a little bit better about for me, it makes me feel a little bit better about my choice and my lunch. And so I really love doing that. Marcy says, I use the Hidden Valley in all kinds of things, especially soups and stews. For sure, you guys. So this Hidden Valley Ranch, it is so good. If you put it like in the crock pot, you can use chicken, you can put in a bunch of different vegetables. And then here, if you want to make something really good that you're going to love, and if you've got kids they will love, ladies, if you're married to a man and you want to make him something that you know he'll love, put in chicken, a can of drained beans, a can of Rotel, and 2 cups of chicken broth, some of this Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning, and a block of cream cheese, and let it cook for like 6 hours, and then shred it all up, and then serve it with some cheese on top and some Cool Ranch Doritos. I'm telling you, it is so good. You don't have to do Cool Ranch Doritos, but you can do crackers or some kind of cheese cracker or whatever. But it is such a fun way. So you can use it in the crock pot, put it in stews. This is a staple. Since 1954, you know, you can't go wrong. But anyway, if you are worried about, yeah, the first ingredients is maltodextrin. So, but you know, I don't use it a ton. You can make mayonnaise. You can put it in your mayonnaise. You can, anyway, I like to mix it with Greek yogurt, dip vegetables in it, use that on my sandwiches and stuff like that. What section is it in? You guys, this is going to be with all of the other spices. And you know how in the baking aisle, they have all the different spices and the little packets that have, you know, for making meatloaf or stews or gravy. It's going to be with that, I believe. But I ordered this big one off of Amazon. So it's just nice to have the big one rather than the little packets. So that is a really good way to use it. Okay, so I did the egg salad and the protein powder, the oatmeal, mixing it with the berries and doing it that way. Now with the berries, it doesn't automatically sweeten it. You have to let it sit overnight, and that really helps. Now, another thing I've heard about the Greek yogurt, which I haven't done yet, is that it's a great way to marinate different meats. So, or tofu, if you're a vegan. You can, and again, you use the almond milk Greek yogurt, which they make, Kite Hill makes a great brand. And I would mix it with the ranch seasoning and then marinate some chicken. Oh, that would be so good. Okay, I'm going to do that. And so you just put it in a bag and then let your chicken soak in it. So this would be like, I've heard it's just really good, so I'm going to try it. Another thing you can make is a tzatziki sauce with the Greek yogurt. So with the tzatziki sauce, holler if you love tzatziki sauce. I really love it. And you just do cucumbers, chop up a cucumber, which I love cucumbers, by the way. Chop up a cucumber, lemon juice, and a couple different seasonings. And that's basically a tzatziki sauce. Garlic, I believe maybe a little onion powder, but tzatziki sauce is so good on so many different things. So use, and I think Greek yogurt is the actual base to tzatziki, but I like the fat-free plain. But of course, if you got room to have the fat, depending on your diet or whatever, the full fat Greek yogurt is so good. Oh, so good. Oh, and my favorite way to use this yogurt is because I find it tart and not in a good way and sour. I use it as sour cream. So it is so good. And because it is not 3/4 of a cup, which I would never use that much on as sour cream, I put it on nachos. I put it on soups. I put it with fajitas as my sour cream. I put it inside burritos. I use it as I would use sour cream. So I don't even buy sour cream anymore. I just use non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and it works so great. So that's my favorite way to use it. So give it a shot. All of the different ideas that I just gave you are not going to be for everybody. You may hate, some people just don't even like it at all. But I have found different ways to incorporate it that have helped me with my plan and my what I'm doing and my diet. So that's been one of my fun things. So it's fun to share. Now, I am going to go to the shop, but before I sign off, I want to have some affirmations with you. So let's say them together. And you guys know I love when you post them in the comments. You don't have to post them in the comments, but that's how I know you said them. And I've just got 2 today, but I think they're just really important and really good. Affirmations and positive self-talk are so incredibly important. And remember, if you have an affirmation, it's okay if you don't believe it, but you want to. So when I give you affirmations, or you have your own affirmations or things like that, it can be something you are working on. So just say, For instance, if you are struggling in your relationship with your dad, your affirmation can be, I have a wonderful relationship with my father. We get along so well, and we are so blessed to have each other in our lives. Now, maybe the truth is the opposite, but the affirmation helps you build framework around what you want to have happen. Now, it doesn't always, an affirmation does not always also have to be this big thing. You can have affirmations around things that you want to manifest, such as, I will have a French fashion doll in my collection. And it's like a manifestation, because if you don't believe it, I feel like the universe in a way doesn't believe it either. And so when people say to me, I'm never going to have this, I'm never going to have that, I'm never going to do that. Here's the thing about it. It doesn't hurt to believe or try the other way. So what hurt does it have to try and to believe and manifest things that maybe they're a far reach, maybe to say, I'm going to like travel the world and be a millionaire and do all these things in one day. Yeah, that's going to be a little far reaching, but different things that I think are super manageable. And the French fashion one just came up because I just had somebody like last week say, I've always wanted a French fashion in my collection, but I'm never going to have one. You can get one. You can get a French fashion. There are a lot of ways. I have all these ideas for videos that I'm going to be doing soon about how to get your dream doll, but you never know if you're going to find one at the Goodwill or a garage sale or an estate sale or something like that. Or you could meet a dealer out and about in the world that is willing to do like a year or two layaway or something. You can make your dreams happen. You just have to slowly work towards them. And that can start with exercising and eating well and doing things that help build the foundation to the life that you want to have. So here's our affirmation for today. Celia said, my doll arrived. I love her. Thank Linda for cleaning her. You're so welcome, Celia. I'm so glad. And thank you guys so much. Before I give our affirmations, because I know a lot of you are tuning in right now, I just think it's really important for you guys to know that I do not expect you guys to be buying my things. I am selling things as a means to run my company, as a means to run my business, a way to support myself. That's how I support things. That's how the world works. But I do not ever, everything that I post, I don't expect everybody to buy it. And if you do post everything that I buy, let me know what kind of job you have, because you go girl or you go boy. And there are a few of you actually that do literally buy everything I post. But if you can't, never feel pressured. I love you anyway. I appreciate you anyway. And when you guys see me doing like auctions and things like that, just take it for entertainment value and the fun that it is. And I just don't want you to ever feel pressured to buy my products. I think buying stuff is super fun. I think my products are really fun to buy and nice additions, but they're not essential. And especially if you don't have the money and you don't need it, because y'all know we need dolls. We need our things, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there into the universe, because I will never be ashamed or trying to hide the fact that I am a business, and you guys know that I am, but I give so much of other things that 90% of what I put out onto the internet is free. So anyway, yeah. And Patricia said I never feel pressured. Yeah, and I don't want you to ever feel pressured. Buying stuff is fun. So yeah. Anyway, speaking of. Here's our affirmations for today. The first one is easy, so important. I am in charge of my happiness. I am in charge of my happiness. And I love this one because I have seen people that are in some of the worst circumstances, have really hard things happening to them, have what I would consider a very hard life, and they always still find a way to be happy. And then I have met people that have the world, and are some of the most unhappy, bitter people I have ever met in my life. You are in charge of your happiness. I am in charge of my happiness. You are in charge. So I think that people can always find a way to be bitter and nasty, or you can always find a way to be happy and positive. Some days are harder than others, but you guys, I am in charge of my happiness. It's just so incredibly true. And I have days where it's hard to find my happiness, but I remember that I am in charge of my happiness and I can choose joy. I can choose joy. I can choose to be happy. I can choose to center myself back around gratitude and remember that I have so much to be grateful for. And is this thing that is causing me not to have happiness right now, is it going to matter in 5 years? Does it define my next year or the course of my life? I am in charge of my happiness. You guys are in charge of your happiness. I love that one. Here's the next one, which this one makes me emotional because we have all been and had different circumstances in life. Circumstances change. You will come in and out of different things that are happening. You will come in and out of money. You will come in and out of jobs. I mean, there's just so many different ways that our lives can change, and you will lose weight. You will gain weight. You will have a lot of animals. You might not have a lot of animals. You know what I mean? Like, our situations can change. Our circumstances can change so quickly, but they do not determine our worth. This is such a good one. So here is our affirmation. My circumstance does not determine my worth. Oh, it's so important. Maybe you had to sell a doll collection to, pay for some medical bills. Maybe you had a big business and now you don't anymore, and you are grappling with that change. Maybe you had a really important job and you have retired, and it's hard to find your worth in your current circumstance. Remind yourself, my circumstance does not determine my worth. So say someday that I cannot sustain running a big doll shop and traveling the world and doing all the things that I do, which require a lot of my time and money and self and stuff like that. Maybe there's a day that I can't do that. I get a lot of my self-worth off of like what I do. I mean, we all do, but it doesn't determine my worth. So if I'm not standing in front of you today, having all these wonderful things, working this doll shop, posting videos, wearing fabulous clothes, all the things, if my circumstance changed, I am still a worthy human being. Worthy of love, worthy of happiness, worthy of joy, worthy of light, worthy of forgiveness, worthy of belonging, worthy. So if your circumstance has changed or is going to change or is changing, remember what I said, write it down, put it in your back pocket. My circumstance does not determine my worth. I know a lot of you are struggling with health issues. And that can take a toll on your self-confidence, on your self-worth, on how you feel about the world, and it is really hard. Marcy said, to me, our worth is determined by how we treat others. Absolutely. I think that what is most important about human beings and ourselves and what we can do is how we show up in the world. So how we encourage others, how we create different things that bring value to others, how we spread the light, how we spread positivity. That your worth is never defined by money, by your house, how big your doll collection is, how little your doll collection is, if you even own a doll or not. To me, I think you can be a doll collector and not even have a job or not even have a doll. If you have a love for dolls and you are an active contributor and you say nice things and you're a part of the community, guess what? You're a doll collector. So, my worth, my circumstance does not determine my worth. It's an important one. I hope that you guys love that one and that it helps you next time you're in a circumstance that might make you think that your worth is not, that you're not a valuable person. The times that I have gone through, I'll tell you a few times that this one has really taken a toll on me, and that has been during breakups. And when I have had sad and hard breakups in the past, I thought that I was, in a way, sometimes I just thought I was just such a loser, and I was not a worthy person, and all these things because somebody didn't want me. And even if I was the one breaking up, but you guys know what I mean. So there are so many times when I wished I could have reminded myself this, when I was struggling with that kind of thing. So if you're in a hard circumstance, it doesn't determine your worth. Remember that. Tell your friends. Okay, guys, the next time you see me, I will be at the doll shop. I'm going to show you the new sign we installed and the fun things that I have going on. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a like and subscribe on YouTube. And it is so fun to see you guys. Remember, you have permission to be happy. You choose your happiness. And your circumstance does not determine your worth. Okay, guys, I will chat with you very soon. I love you. Happy Thursday, and thank you for joining my check-in. Bye, everybody.